All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Naresh Mago and with me is VC Pramod. The headlines. Indian weightlifter Achinta Sheoli lifts record 313 kilograms, clinches gold medal in Commonwealth Games at Birmingham. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls for making Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav a mass movement, urges people to take part in Har Ghar Tiranga campaign. Centre forms task force to monitor monkeypox situation in the country. Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut arrested by Enforcement Directorate in money laundering case. Third edition of Vietnam-India bilateral army exercise ex-Winbacks 2022 to begin at Chandi Mandir in Haryana today. President of Maldives Ibrahim Mohammed Solih to arrive on a 4-day visit to India from today. And in cricket, second T20 international between West Indies and India to be played at Warner Park today. As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events is being organized by the government as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. To commemorate the occasion as a Janotsav, All India Radio News brings its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said it will be a splendid and historic moment when India completes 75 years of its independence next month. The Prime Minister called countrymen lucky who've been born in a free country. Sharing his thoughts in the Mann Ki Baat program, Mr. Modi said the 91st episode of the program is very special as it comes just before completing 75 years of India's independence. The Prime Minister expressed happiness on Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav becoming a mass movement. He highlighted that people from all walks of life and every section of the society are participating in different programs connected with the Amrit Mahotsav. Mr. Modi said that an interesting endeavour has been undertaken this month called Azadi Ki Railgadi or Railway Station. The Prime Minister spoke about the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign which is being held under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Mr. Modi spoke about an event held under Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav in Meghalaya earlier this month where people remembered the brave warrior of the state, U. Tirot Singh, on his death anniversary. The Prime Minister highlighted various melas and fairs held across the country in this edition of Mann Ki Baat. He spoke about the Minjar Mela of Chamba which is going on right now. Minjar Mela is celebrated when flowers bloom on the maize. The Prime Minister shared the success stories of the Indian toy industry and gave the credit to the youth, startups and entrepreneurs. He said that when it comes to Indian toys, the echo of vocal for local is being heard everywhere. Mr. Modi stated that the number of toys coming from abroad into India is continuously decreasing. Mr. Modi hailed PV Sindhu and Neeraj Chopra for their recent successes in World Athletics Championship. He said it is a great honor for India to host the 44th Chess Olympiad in Chennai. The Prime Minister also extended his best wishes to the players and athletes representing India in Commonwealth Games.
In the Lok Sabha today, a discussion is scheduled on price rise. The lower house is also scheduled to take up the Central Universities Amendment Bill 2022 and the Wildlife Protection Amendment Bill 2021 for discussion today. In the Rajya Sabha, the Weapons of Mass Destruction and their Delivery Systems Prohibition of Unlawful Activities Amendment Bill 2022 and the Indian Antarctic Bill 2022 scheduled to be taken up for discussion today. Senior BJP leader and Union Minister Amit Shah said that the BJP will face 2024 parliamentary elections under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and form the government for the third time. Addressing valedictory session of the two-day joint National Executive Committee, BJP's 7 National Frontal Organization in Patna yesterday, Mr. Shah said the charismatic pull of PM Modi and the work done by the central government will help the BJP to win more seats in the next parliamentary elections.
Shiv Sena Rajya Sabha MP Sanjay Raut was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate ED at midnight in Mumbai after hours of searches at his residence. He was questioned for over 6 hours by the ED officials in the alleged Patra Chaul land scam case. Raut's brother Sunil Raut, while confirming the Sena leader's arrest, lashed out at the BJP and alleged that since they are afraid of him, they got him arrested. Sunil Raut, however, said that the ED has not given them any documents regarding his arrest. He also alleged that Sanjay Raut has been framed. Sanjay Raut, who is also the chief spokesperson of the Shiva Sena, will be produced in court today at 11:30 a.m.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Indian weightlifter Achinta Sherley lifts record 313 kilograms, clinches gold medal in Commonwealth Games at Birmingham. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls for making Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav a mass movement, urges people to take part in Har Ghar Tiranga campaign. Centre forms task force to monitor monkeypox situation in the country. Shiva Sena leader Sanjay Raut arrested by Enforcement Directorate in money laundering case. Third edition of Vietnam-India bilateral army exercise ex-Winbacks 2022 to begin at Chandi Mandir in Haryana today. President of Maldives Ibrahim Mohammed Sohi to arrive on a 4-day visit to India from today. And in cricket, second T20 international between West Indies and India to be played at Warner Park today.
Centre has formed a task force in the wake of monkeypox cases in India to monitor and provide guidance to the government on the expansion of diagnostic facilities and to explore vaccination for the infection in the country. The decision was made during a meeting yesterday which was attended by Cabinet Secretary, Union Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan, Additional Secretary PMO and other senior officials. India has reported 4 monkeypox cases so far, 3 in Kerala and 1 in Delhi. A week ago, the WHO had declared the viral zoonotic disease as a global emergency. An antiviral agent developed for the treatment of smallpox has also been licensed for the treatment of monkeypox. Talking to AIR News, Member Health, Niti Aayog Dr. V.K. Paul said the government has set up a network of 15 ICMR laboratories to deal with the problem of monkeypox. The third edition of Vietnam-India bilateral army exercise ex-Winbacks 2022 will begin today at Chandi Mandir in Haryana. It will continue till the 20th of August. The exercise is a sequel to previously conducted bilateral exercise in Vietnam in 2019 and a major milestone in strengthening the bilateral relations between India and Vietnam. India and Vietnam share a comprehensive strategic partnership, and defense cooperation is a key pillar of this partnership. Vietnam is an important partner in India's Act East policy and the Indo-Pacific vision.
The joint military exercise Al-Najah 4 between contingents of Indian Army and the Royal Army of Oman is also starting from today at the foreign training node of the Mahajan Field Firing Range in Bikaner, Rajasthan. It would conclude on the 13th of August. President of Maldives Ibrahim Mohammed Sohi will arrive in New Delhi today afternoon on a 4-day visit to India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will hold talks with Mr. Sohi tomorrow. Several agreements are expected to be signed after the talks. Mr. Sohi is also scheduled to meet President Draupadi Murmu tomorrow at Rashtrapati Bhavan. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar will call on the Maldivian President today. Mr. Sohi is also scheduled to visit Mumbai on Wednesday.
In cricket, the second T20 international between the West Indies and India will be played today at the Warner Park in Bastaire, St. Kitts. The match will start at 8 p.m. Indian time. India currently lead the 5-match series by a 1-0 margin. In the first game, India beat the West Indies by 68 runs at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in Trinidad. The third T20 international between India and the West Indies will also be played at St. Kitts Warner Park tomorrow. The last 2 T20s will be played in Florida, United States of America. A flood-like situation has arisen in Hanumangarh district of Rajasthan due to heavy rains. Pumps have been used in Sangaria and Rawatsar to drain water. District Collector Nathmal Didale has declared a 1-day holiday in government and private schools.
In Kerala, a domestic tourist lost his life while a local youth was swept away in separate rain-related incidents in Kollam and Pathanamthitta districts yesterday. As heavy rain continues to lash the state, incidents of landslides and flash floods have been reported from several parts. Orange alert has been issued to 7 districts including Thiruvananthapuram, Ernakulam and Idukki today. People have been advised to avoid travel to high ranges and remain on high alert. The Indian Met Department has warned that monsoon in the state will intensify from today under the impact of a cyclonic vortex prevailing over the central South Bay of Bengal.
And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Indian weightlifter Achinta Sherley lifts record 313 kilograms, clinches gold medal in Commonwealth Games at Birmingham. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls for making Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav a mass movement, urges people to take part in Har Ghar Tiranga campaign. Centre forms task force to monitor monkeypox situation in the country. Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut arrested by Enforcement Directorate in money laundering case. Third edition of Vietnam-India bilateral army exercise X-Winbacks 2022 to begin at Chandi Mandir in Haryana today. President of Maldives Ibrahim Mohammed Solih to arrive on 4-day visit to India from today. And in cricket, second T20 international between West Indies and India to be played at Warner Park today. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.